it's not worse when a woman cheats. When people say that it's worse when a woman cheats, they're speaking about in an emotional sense and in a possession based sense.
That's what they say,
right? So they feel so like when a man cheat, it's because we are, like I said, we're carnal in nature. And we are hunters. So we just looking for a conquest, and it can literally not mean anything. It can also mean everything. I can also have an emotional connection. When a woman cheats, she has to be, her interest has to be piqued first emotionally.
From pen to pen, the state again. Podcasting crew, gen to gen, let's go. Yeah, gen to gen. Podcasting, know we at it again. Past the future, always here for the win. We hold it down, the movement will never end. Yeah, gen to gen. Podcasting, know we at it again. Past the future, always here for the win. We hold it down, the movement will never end.
The wait is over. Oh my goodness, we are back. Yeah, I'm back here behind the wall because we're doing things a little bit different. But first, let me welcome everybody to the return of Generation to Generation, aka Gen to Gen. My name is Phil. I'm one of the hosts here for now, I guess, maybe. But things are looking up. But first, I want to introduce you to somebody who is a good friend of mine. And I begged him, pleaded with him, please take over the show for me because I've got so much shit that I have to deal with. So please let me introduce you, and please give a warm welcome to Jeremy.
You got claps? You got claps?
I will add those in post. So
Hey, really, Phil wanted to do that intro because we were just gonna do like the dark skin Viv in reverse, and I'm just gonna show up and be the host now. But man, it's the kid just black. Your baby mom's fat, everything she wish you be. So you mad at yourself. You're not mad at me. I am the resident. What am I? What am I? A millennial?
Yeah, you're a millennial, bro.
Okay, because I see. That's how you know you just threw me in this. Because I'm just black. But I'm the resident. I'm the resident millennial. And so we gonna do the same show, but with just my little added twist. We still got our resident
Teondra here, your favorite Gen Zer.
And we added another Gen Zer too. You got to talk. we got Laser Later model, and we got Teondra,
the director.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I'm just black.
I'm very happy to be back. We haven't did a show in a minute, but we are here and we are back. So welcome again, Lay.
Hey, Lay, hold on. Lay, fix your mic. Your mic got loose for a second on the back.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Wait.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Okay, so let me go back to Teondra.
There we go. Now, Laser's a model by trade, so the podcast is a new thing for her. But she gonna get right into the swing of it.
We working on it.
Yeah, she in there good, man.
I have my own tagline and everything.
There we go. You been practicing in the mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got? What you got?
Wait. Don't spotlight that. Don't spotlight that. I'll have it soon.
So, all right. Do y'all want to just jump into it, or?
Yeah. What you got? What you got, Teondra?
So, as we know, the election has came, and it's not gone yet, but we done had a lot of controversy when it came down to Kamala and Trump and everything within it. We thought we was going to have a woman as president.
Who thought that?
A lot of people thought that. A lot of people definitely thought
they
that.
weren't paying attention.
A lot of people thought. But clearly Trump is our elected president. So I basically want to get into Kamala when she brought the celebrities in as like how was that going to pack the voters when it came down to the celebrities? Like, what do y'all guys think about that?
Trash.
What'd you say, Phil?
Trash.
For sure.
Why you bringing first Megan Thee Stallion? I mean, she's great, but Kamala don't know who none of these motherfuckers are.
So she definitely paid. I want to get into that. She paid $5 million for Megan Thee Stallion to come perform. $5 million That money could have went somewhere else.
Yeah, I could have ruined her
Like-
campaign for free. Like you didn't have to do that.
To come twerk at that.
Yeah, but see,
So-
that's how you know. That's how you know that the Democrats are just out of touch
Mhm.
because there's nothing about Meg Thee Stallion that says vote.
Political.
Yeah, or a woman who can run this country. None of it. To me,
You could say the same for Kid Rock though. So I don't think it matters. Both sides are disingenuous.
well, it's not
The money
a.
can go somewhere it needs.
That's true, but
Yeah.
it's not really a matter of like disingenuous. It's because this is where the Democrats lost the race. Well, really they've been kind of behind the eight ball as far as a plan
Yeah.
because Joe Biden has dementia. Allegedly.
That man has dementia.
He
You know
has
how many
dementia.
times he done forgot a
So
speech?
so with that being said, you don't wait 100 days before the election and be like, all right, he not running. Let's try to hustle something up.
But do you feel like he chose, Kamala to run that side because she was black?
He didn't choose. He didn't
Oh,
choose. He didn't
We didn't
choose.
choose her.
Right.
choose.
You're supposed to be chosen.
Right. We didn't choose her.
She was gonna
just
lose
got in-
regardless.
Yeah, because with Kamala, if you notice when he announced that he wasn't running, they didn't immediately just say Kamala gets our nomination. It was kind of like, all right, you can have it. It was like a man. Damn, it's like that kind of thing. Like,
Like,
man.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Go. All right, man. I
Let's see
guess.
what you could do.
Yeah, I guess.
But I feel like they really was trying so hard to win the black vote. Like they planned a strategy of trying to win voters itself was not played out right.
Right.
Because of course they was talking about more of the abortion rights and about the thing. What did this word just lost my mind?
Immigration.
Yes, immigration. Thank you, Phil. Sorry,
Right.
I don't know why I just went blank on that.
Gen
But-
Z mind.
Because I've been thinking about it a lot, but I think it was more of like they should have been focused on, the taxes, the fluctuation between groceries and just everything else other than just that specific topic. So
But that's part of the problem is they didn't have that's what was most disingenuous
yeah,
is because I guess they figured Republicans are playing celebrity politics, so we gonna play identity politics.
yeah,
So they just say, hey, we got a black woman or a black presenting woman, but that's another conversation. And she likes Meg Thee Stallion, you should vote for her. But there was no policy, there was no
nothing.
campaign. It was just like, hey, I'm a woman. I went to HBCU. I also make collard greens. You should vote for me.
In the
I clean my
tub.
collard greens in
In
the
the
tub. Like that shit.
In the tub. What?
Okay, so let's talk about Beyonce. How much do y'all think she paid for Beyonce? I want y'all to give
Beyonce
me a
got a
number.
bag.
Give me.
Did Beyonce show up?
She
Beyonce
did,
showed
but she
up.
did. People was expecting her to perform.
Oh, they ain't paid for that.
15
They
million.
Oh,
paid for her
they
to
paid
perform.
for it.
They paid for a talk.
They paid
That's it.
$10 million.
10 million?
For her to talk for 2 minutes. $10 million for 2 minutes.
There you go.
They should have just gave her 15 and left Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion should have just been in the crowd as like moral support.
Yeah. I kind of felt embarrassed when I seen Megan Thee Stallion perform, because twerking at a political event.
But that should let you know what some of your people would do for money.
Mm.
Regardless of how
Yeah.
much they're your favorite, they'll still do something for a bag. So
Yeah, because Meg Thee Stallion's performance was just tone deaf.
Mhm.
very.
It's just like, first of all, Meg Thee Stallion has no song that says I'm an American. None of them. Selling pussy is American, like apple pie. But so I guess I'm wrong on that. But for her to like twerk, because you could have left that out in the performance.
Yeah.
You could have just sung Savage or whatever. I don't know. Meg
But
Thee Stallion.
performing with Tashi Wasta at an American rally is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is crazy. That's not even our
And they
language.
already say
It's
that
just crazy.
song is demonic. Like when you put up the stars, the bow,
It's just
the
super
mon-
tone deaf.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So, do y'all think there are other areas where this funding might have been more impactful? Like, what areas do you guys think this money would have been impactful?
They probably should have used that to target young male voters,
More podcasters.
more podcasters. That's actually a good point though,
Mhm.
because Trump went to go see Rogan,
And yeah, he actually got 48 million views on that podcast.
Yeah, it's like 50 now.
Yeah,
It could have
and
helped
she-
out the reproductive health they swear they care about.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, but they don't. That's just politics. They
$40
don't.
million?
Nobody cares about. Nobody cares about abortions, but rappers. You know?
Right.
So, like,
So touching on abortions, how do you guys feel about the abortion thing itself? Like, I feel like we shouldn't, have abortions, but there also should be more laws or
you hate women.
restrictions.
I knew it.
No,
You
it's in the Bible.
hate-
I'm going
I
by
agree.
God. I'm going by God. I'm going by God. That's what I'm going by. But I feel like there should definitely be more restrictions. Just say, like, if a 15-year-old get raped and she can't have an abortion. She gets pregnant, she can't have an abortion. That's not right. Like, even I was reading it was in Missouri. Their laws are basically the rapists get less time than the person that actually have the abortion, which is crazy. That is diabolical.
That's not,
Like-
the president doesn't set that though. I mean, even Trump said it himself. He agrees with that.
Right.
Yeah, so it's up to the states, but people like our generation, and we don't, like, I'm talking about millennials. We don't vote on the state level or the local levels.
I think what happened with that is because it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
And so what they try to do is they try to eliminate the slippery slope by just having a definitive no abortions. But there is a gray area.
There definitely is.
if you are sexually assaulted, if you are pretty much that is the gray area. Because that's the decision that's outside of your choice. You know what I mean? But it's also a slippery slope, and it's a gray area because then anybody could just say, "Hey, I got sexual assault, so I should be able to get." So that they try to eliminate that.
Yeah.
But the reason why I kind of stay away from the abortion conversation is because
So touchy.
it becomes a conflated argument. It becomes it becomes like a gaslight session where they like, "Oh, well, you just hate women," or really, it's not.
You just did me, and I'm a woman myself.
Right, but you do hate women. That was obvious by
No,
what
I
you said.
don't. No, I don't.
But it's like you, instead of the conversation being making better choices sexually,
Right.
it becomes everything that it's not about.
Yeah.
And then because we right now we're like in a soft era where emotions trump logic or even the truth. So then which is why they kind of goes back to Kamala and identity politics.
Yeah.
I seen somebody crying the other day, like, "Oh man, it's because they don't want a woman." And anybody who has watched Kamala have a freelance conversation about any of the topics or issues, it's like you'd forget that she is a college educated.
That lady is unhinged.
Like it's like so, but I digress.
Yeah.
But when it becomes like an emotional conversation and we remove logic, we remove the actual conversation, then you can't have a real conversation. Then it becomes, "Oh, it's because you hate women," or "Women don't try to police women's bodies," like all these like buzzwords where it's like no one's policing your body. We're saying like probably choose your sexual partners better and know that having sex, the number one function of having sex is to have children.
Yeah, because in this generation, Gen Z, I'm not even gonna lie, I hear a lot of women say, "Well, I'm just getting an abortion," like it's just normal. Some women think that is normal to just get an abortion, and we say we are under one nation, under God, and I don't think this nation is really under God for real.
Having an abortion used to be like a secret, like it was embarrassing.
Yes.
Now motherfuckers be like, I had 6 abortions
On Facebook.
Yes, like they don't even care.
Jesus.
On Facebook.
Let's go back to when you didn't tell who you voted for, or we didn't talk about religion. Like, let's go back to that.
But speaking of, we're gonna get off Kamala. We're gonna go to Elon Musk. How Trump basically came up with a new agency. It's called the Department of Government Efficiency. That Elon Musk and what is his name? Rivik Ramaswamy. Is I'm saying that right?
Ramaswamy.
Ramaswamy, yes.
I mean, we butchered his name, but y'all know who we're talking
Definitely
about.
butchered his name, but
The rich Indian guy,
They're all rich Indian guys.
even Kamal. But let's
So basically, this agency is basically for them to clean up what the government, how the government spend our taxes, basically. Like, what can we spend taxes on other than what we are doing now? But I feel like my opinion on this is how Elon Musk, and they're not working for the government. Let me put that in there. They're not working for the government. They are contracted. So anything that has to do with the government, they do not have to abide by those laws. So with those rich people running to have a control over that, I think this is just Elon basically trying to bring his AI into the world even more without any restrictions or anything like that. So I don't know. I don't feel like it's righteous. I really don't.
What do you think,
All right.
Lay?
What is your opinion?
You don't like AI? I think AI is a good thing.
I mean, it's
Yeah, people that won't even read. So why not?
It's taking away human, like how humans daily tasks basically. Like I feel like you say, some people don't read. We need to go out and get knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
But maybe it'll give us more time to do that if we didn't have all the other things to stress about, and AI could just do it.
Yeah.
Because I write
but
emails off ChatGPT.
I
all of the
like
day.
it too. It do save time, but
A lot of
also
time.
we have to continue to think on our own. Because these
Yeah.
robots are actually
But whoever
becoming
get left
humans.
behind, they just get left behind, and that's just what it is.
These robots are becoming. They actually came out with the it's a STEM, but it's like a brain that they made for AI to actually have a conscience. AI is about to have consciousness now. Like it's crazy to me. I'm not saying that I don't like it, but I'm just saying like in the future, AI might take over the world for real. They even having robots having babies
Wait, what?
for humans.
Well,
Like,
I mean, y'all getting abortion, so you might as well just.
I think the only
I don't
thing
know. It's
AI
crazy
will
to
really
me.
mess up is like the legal aspect of things, because who's to say that it's malpractice or the robot malfunction?
But that's a part of that slippery slope. Well, because that's
Yeah.
or
that's
the
one
robot
aspect
dogs
of it.
will,
Yeah.
weed.
It's like that. So AI kind of opens up Pandora's box. That's what you're saying. Like
Right.
it can
Yeah.
be. But this is my theory. I don't think it's a theory. I don't think Elon Musk is a real person.
Did he want to send his baby to space?
He probably an incubator
Yeah.
baby.
Did he
No,
ever do
I think
think he
Elon
did.
Musk is like a cyborg.
Yeah.
He came.
Probably a
He
robot
came out of
himself.
nowhere.
He does have the Neuralink in his head, though.
He does.
He's a cyborg, man, from the future. That's just how I feel. I
From
feel
Africa.
like from Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an African American
Cyborg.
cyborg.
Mhm.
You can't make this up.
I believe so. Well, so do y'all think this the department itself is called Doge, the abbreviation of it?
Oh,
That's a coincidence.
But do y'all think it's gonna have an impact on that currency?
No, I mean, it's just a coincidence.
For
I
a
would
fact,
say
it will.
invest. Definitely invest. Look into it and
Tap
invest.
in.
Like, you definitely have to invest in that.
And don't get left behind. That's the whole point of it all. Don't get left
Don't
behind.
get left behind.
I
So
mean,
they-
it's happening
It's gonna
no
happen.
matter what.
but I also feel like with these cuts, it can indirectly benefit their own company as well.
No, you in the politics.
Yeah, well, they're not even going by government rules. They're contracted.
But
So
that's-
anything that they do is
that's
they don't have
politics.
to abide
But
by
the
the
government
law.
don't even go by their rules.
Right. The only thing that's happening is it's visible. That's politics has always worked this way. It's all like the election and like politics in government.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Guns N' Roses tour.
Mm-hmm.
The party's in the lobby.
Mhm.
So it's the people who is funded these elections, the races. Those are the people who control where society is going to go.
Yeah, because Elon definitely funded.
It's
Trump.
just in the open now. It's just indicative of where we are. Period. Now sex is in the open. Now you can go see porn on Twitter. So this is just porn
Wait, for
on
real?
Twitter.
For real? Hold on.
Oh yeah, Twitter is definitely a porn site.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me see.
That's all this Doge thing and Elon Musk's connection to Trump is just porn on Twitter.
He definitely endorsed Trump $120 million for that campaign.
Yeah, and that's pennies.
So
That's pennies.
to him, right?
So and that's and he can write that off. So it's like that. The only thing that's happening now is everything's not everything, but things are above board or above ground that we just weren't privy to. You know what I mean? Like, so it's the push for presidents has always been led by corporations and the powers that be. It's just Elon is probably the most visible, powerful person that there's probably ever been. He's just openly powerful,
Right.
and he's kind of whimsical, so people don't really think about him as being powerful. But he literally bought Twitter as a search engine, or like as a data collector,
Mm-hmm.
and he paid more for it than
Anybody else?
a lot
Yeah.
small countries are worth. So there's nothing new under the sun, and like I said, I think Elon's a cyborg. I've done my research. I just feel like
I think
he's
he
a cyborg.
definitely is as well. So let's kind of move into our next segment. Cause the election is crazy. We'll definitely come back with some more facts on that if we have some or any updated facts. So we have a card game. Are y'all
Okay,
ready for it?
all right. What's
Are y'all ready
what's
for
the
it?
name of it?
It's called Relationships and Debate.
Oh, y'all. What's with y'all? What's with y'all generation with relationships, man?
We just want to be loved.
I remember
Right.
I remember when my parents or my mom, I just had new uncles for a time. She didn't have boyfriends.
You had new uncles?
Yeah, I just had new uncles for
So
a
she
time.
called them your uncles.
Yeah, they were my
This is your
uncles.
uncle. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or my mom's friends. My mom had friends.
My
Friend
mom
is
definitely
better.
said friends.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't.
friends than uncles. Cause if you see your mom kissing your uncle, how would you
You
feel
gonna
about
say
that?
something?
Right.
No, my mom had manners. She wasn't kissing my uncle in front of me.
Oh, never. You know the hugs, the little tight hugs.
Yeah, little church hugs.
They break up. You like, what happened to my uncle? Your uncle gone.
Nah, cause that's the thing. They never really broke up. I just stopped seeing them. And then for a time, it was
So
nobody.
you never asked, Mom, what happened to Uncle so and
It's
so?
none of my damn business. None of my. We got to get back to our kids not having any damn business.
Well, these kids got a lot of business these
Yeah,
days.
they
These
know
kids
it
be
all.
all in the business.
It's over the top,
These
man.
kids. Oh my God. So, who want to pull the first card?
Apple.
Lay.
Apple.
Uncles is
Wait
crazy.
a minute. The person you're dating is saying they want to wait to have sex until marriage. How do you respond?
I don't know.
Does butt stuff count?
Oh,
The who?
Does butt stuff count?
But
sex is sex. I think it all counts.
Damn.
I don't know about that one because I gotta see. Because what if we do have sex and it's trash?
I need to test it
Well,
out
then,
first.
Yeah, it gotta be tested.
Because I'm gonna be so pissed
it
off.
definitely have to be tested.
A lifetime with weak dick is crazy.
Sheesh, you guys are rough. What about his personality? What if he lacked the draw? He got a good heart.
That's what a
But it
friend
all
is.
gotta come together. It gotta be a
Yeah.
package. Because if it don't come together, I don't know. You're gonna be like, dang, you might want to cheat.
Damn, you a heathen and you hate women.
No, I love women. Don't put that out there. I love all women.
Now I had this like recently, man. It was like this. So I might be sharing too much with you guys, but
No, share it.
so I
Love it. Go ahead.
I was with this woman. She came to my house. We had we had a little interaction.
Mm-hmm.
we had an interaction, and then she hit me like, oh yeah, man, I don't want to do that anymore until I'm with somebody that that we're seriously dating. I don't seriously date.
But why
I
she
was about to
stopped
say,
you
how-
in the middle? Why
right.
she didn't say that to begin with?
I ain't say it was in the middle. It was complete. We completed that time, but
So
it
does that mean it was trash?
no.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, let me let y'all in on a little secret. Men don't care. So if it was, it was. But she was like, nah, I was no. But she was like, yeah, she was like, nah, I was great. I loved it. That's the problem. That's what she texted me like. That's the problem. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to go to. You know what happens? Women like want to be a good girl with me. Don't be a good girl with me. Be the whore you
the
were
slut.
before we.
Where's get married?
Huh?
Where's get married?
For real, like, but it's like, basically, it's like maybe she liked me too much and she wanted to like be more before we be fucking all the time, essentially.
Yeah.
But
She
be
should
a-
have said that to begin with, though.
I think because since it was so good to her, she didn't know if you would want to be serious with her or not. Like if you would.
but
take
that's
that
what it is, and it's like because in her mind, and I guess like a lot of women's mind, like you go to a guy's house, because this is me talking. I was talking to another girl about this,
Mm-hmm.
And like if you go to a guy's house and he got his own place, he got a car, he got a job, you know, he's got a good conversation, he's fun to be around, he's exciting. To them, it's like, damn, that's who I want to be with. But most times, especially at my age, I'm kind of comfortable in my shit. So like I'm not just gonna like let's be together because we had a good time.
Yeah.
But women's good times are few and far in between, where it all line up, where it all match up, where you guys have a good time, you're a good conversation, you smart, you funny, people like you, and you pay attention to details sexually, shit like that, where women not used to that.
Right.
And it can be something as simple as just like you just don't stay with nobody. Like who you stay with has got me a lot of pussy. Like who you stay with? Nobody? Cool. So it's one of those things where like most men don't think like I can never capture this moment with anybody else. So let me just lock her down.
Yeah.
But women think like that. And
Very
so
emotional.
then you try to like shut the factory down. It's like, well, I just go get a new factory, respectfully.
Well, I could say I am kind of been a little hypocrite towards the test driving because the man that I am with now, we didn't have sex until like not like afterwards. Like I feel like our souls connected before anything, before we even started.
Oh, that's
having
gay.
sex.
He was like, I souls connected.
And then like we went and got tested and all before we even had sex. So it was just
Oh,
like
he's the one.
yeah.
So y'all was like, fuck them condoms. I got it. That's why you don't care about them abortions.
Stop it. But yeah, that's just how I feel though. But if I didn't have a man, or you know, back in my old days, I don't know, definitely would have to be testing. But he definitely is the one because we went through that whole ideal thing, and it was great. I never got tested with a man before, so it was
So you was hooked.
it was
Y'all fucked in the car, huh?
it was romantic.
I bet.
It was definitely
I
romantic.
bet.
You
Yeah.
know how we be like, oh, I want the candles, I want all this. Like we kind of planned it, so it was romantic.
Yeah, I didn't know y'all was corny like that. What about you, Lay?
Like I said, I think it's important to test drive, in my opinion, because I need to know if we're sexually compatible because it is energy we're exchanging. And I don't want nobody who have a weak sex drive, somebody who don't know what they're doing.
Don't know your
Like,
body.
Don't know
ain't
your
gonna-
body. Don't know my body. Don't want to learn my body.
I'm about to say, but what if you have to teach a man your body?
I'm not
Like,
teaching a man a damn thing. The hell?
But why wouldn't you?
Who?
Why wouldn't you be like this? How like because this the thing though. Because like especially like what she said,
Teach him
right?
so he can go get on somebody. Girl,
But why do y'all think like that?
but it's
though?
your body though. Like,
Yeah, because
if you
your
know
body's
he wanna
different.
be with you, and then y'all haven't had sex yet, and y'all texting it out, and y'all do have sex, but he's not hitting the
He
spot.
ain't really hitting the spot.
Yeah, and then you have to tell him this is how I like it. Like, do you feel like that's too much, or just
it depends on how much I like him. Honestly, if I feel like it's a real connection, like super strong, I might keep you around. But
That's
I got
what
a
it,
test driver, y'all.
that's what it boiled down to though. If you really like them, because like you know
some people just do shit just cause. Like I talk to
That
people just
too.
cause.
yeah?
right, but also it is no matter what, it is an energy transfer. And I think people get so caught up in like sex is taboo, but sex is natural.
Right.
And you shouldn't share it with everybody in any old body. And that goes for men and women. But at the same time,
Safe sex.
it shouldn't be this thing where like I'm just not gonna give you, because women think that if they hold out on sex that they'll get a more genuine interaction, and that's not how interactions work, especially not for men. Men will wait it out. Like mental. Oh, especially if you give me like an outline, it was in 90 days.
Hello.
We gonna
Mission accomplished.
90 days. We gonna especially men are naturally hunters anyway.
Yeah.
So if they're looking at you as a conquest, the time ain't gonna make you not a conquest. They just gonna be like, I had to wait 90 days for this bitch. I'm telling you how guys talk. So like women be having this idea where they like, oh, I made him wait 90 days and he did this, he did that for me.
Oh, I'm special.
He took me here, he took me there. Some men just into that.
Yeah.
Because if we having a moment, you gonna do what I do.
So how long did it take? Do it takes you to have sex with a woman? Like, is it a couple days, the first day, or how long is it?
It depends on The
That
vibe.
one.
Like it depends on the vibe. Because sexual chemistry is paramount. So it's we gotta be getting along, we gotta be vibing, and you gotta be wanting me to enter you.
Yeah.
So that could be today, or it could be in a week,
Mm-hmm.
or it could be in a month. But it's not, I don't be like, yo, I gotta get to know you first, because you're not gonna know anybody. Honestly, this is true. You're not gonna know anybody until you have sex with them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
So I'm not gonna be playing the game. Like I don't believe in playing the game. Because when you playing the game, you're gonna get played. Because you get what you are at the time you are that thing. So if you out here playing the game, you're gonna find somebody who's also playing the game.
Right.
And a woman taught me that when I was like 19. I had sex with this girl when I was 19. She was like 20.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking like, oh, we together then. She was like, hey, we ain't together.
We just having sex.
We just had we just had sex. It wasn't even we was having sex. It wasn't even it wasn't even like hopes of tomorrow. It was like, no, we just had sex. We not together.
Mm-hmm.
And so understanding that, have a conversation.
Right.
Like, hey, I intend to like be with you in that way. And so that you
Make
guys
it
on the same
known.
page. And then also understanding that, yes, you are inside someone or somebody's inside of you. So that is a connection that's not just something that you just casually do. But also understand that if you don't see yourself having sex with somebody, don't waste time.
Mm-hmm.
If you see yourself having sex with them, then don't be a slave to time.
That makes sense.
That's a good one.
Right. I like that. Clock.
Sprinkle.
Clock. So, okay. My question is, would you ever propose to a man or accept a proposal from a woman? Why or why not?
Like, why you make that face like that?
Cause what does she mean? That's a crazy question.
I will never propose to a man.
I'm not getting on my knees for
I
nothing.
can't propose to a man at all. We have to do it the traditional way. Like a man has to definitely get on his knees and propose to me. Because now I know that the love is on the same scale. But I know you really, really love me and want to be with me when you get on that knee and give me that ring.
I'll get down on one knee if you get down on two.
No.
Listen now, people do everything traditional except marriage. So you're going to get down on that knee for me. You know how to go get up and vote. You know how to go to your job. You're going to do everything traditionally for me. And that's just what it is.
Just to get up and vote.
Y'all conspiracy theorists, and I expect for y'all to be better than this. Because you know what's funny, especially in this society, women do the proposing
Nowadays.
No, but
society.
That's where we have to draw the line at. Women, you need to stop proposing to your
Y'all
man.
need to get
no. But this is what I mean by women do the proposing. You with a guy, right? Y'all having a good time. Y'all like each other, and you say, "Now, Amos." I just assume his name Amos.
Amos.
I'm 26 years old, and I plan to be married at 28 years old. And so, if you plan on being with me when I'm 28 years old, I expect for you to be the person that marry me. And he go, all right, look what we do. That's a proposal. By definition, that's a proposal.
That's true.
You're definitely right.
So you don't have to get on one knee. So the knee thing is a formality.
Mm-hmm.
So when this present construct of marriage, women propose. So when you get caught up in like you get caught up in the bullshit, you gonna miss out on a good interaction because you thinking like, oh, you didn't get on one knee. You told him that we getting married by 28. You told him already.
So what about the man that impregnates the woman first? Do you think that's a proposal from the man? If you get me pregnant first, you have to give me a ring. Do you think that's a proposal from a man?
If you proposition that before you guys get pregnant, if you be like, hey, if you get me pregnant, we get married, and he verbally agrees,
but isn't that traditional? That's the traditional?
I need
thing.
the contract signed before we have any kids. It's a contract.
Traditional thing.
I respect it. I mean, but honestly, marriage in the biblical sense is when you consummate, when you have sex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
and we just fucking that up.
and so we don't understand that we don't. That's why we don't understand. We have sex with people. Those people are a
But
part
we
of us.
dictate this, honestly. Like, it's a book, yes, but we're alive right now. We're present in the moment. We dictate what's going on in our lives.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The only reason I bring it because we can dissect the Bible, and I'm not a thumper at all. I'm not. I'm not Christian or any of that.
Mm-mm.
But what I mean by that is people's template of where marriage is based on the biblical sense. Even if they have transcended Christianity, because Christianity is the construct that America's built on, we turn everything into Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
So then we be woke, and then we turn woke into church, or we turn or vice versa. Like, so when we talk about marriage, we're saying like the man got to get on one knee and he got to do this and he got to do the tradition. The tradition really is not built for a woman suit anyway.
What? Listen,
Define that more.
Okay, I will. So in let's say in Bible times, right? In biblical times, a man is considered a man by what? In biblical times, a man is considered a man when he can provide for himself and the family.
yeah.
Right? In biblical times, a woman is considered a woman when she can bear children. So more than likely, we'll take somebody like Joseph. Joseph was probably like 35, and Mary was probably like 13. So Joseph don't go to Mary and say, "Hey, Dad, I think you're fine. I want to take you out, see a movie." Joseph go to her dad and say, "Yo, I see Mary. She coming of age. Like she got wide hips. Like she can bear a lot of children without dying. I like to have her. What's it gonna cost?" And the dad will say, "Hey, man, I see you got 27 cows. Maybe 6 of them would do it. 23 chickens, and maybe an acre of your land."
Right.
And then he say, "All right, man, you drive a hard bargain. Deal."
That's generational wealth. They putting wealth into
Right.
the family.
So now they're exchanging the daughter.
Yeah.
The daughter is property. She's just being exchanged from the father to the husband. That's why when you get married, they say, "Who gives this woman to this man?"
Right.
Because in the Bible, a woman, a child, and a slave were property. So in a lot of the texts, those things are interchangeable. Now, a boy child can grow to be a man and be his own man. That's why they say things like your own man.
Yeah.
A woman can only grow to be somebody's wife. So that's why it's designed like that. So through mental conditioning and thousands of years of feeling like that, women have been conditioned to believe that their life goal is to be married.
Right.
So now that like you said, we dictate our own shit, and now we make our own rules. Then why we can't let that shit go where it's like, oh, he got to get on one knee and he got to ask, when really women drive the boat. Word to Meg.
Let me try the boat.
He got a point.
But he does, and thank you for those facts when it comes down to the Bible, because a lot of people don't know that. They really don't. But I don't know. That man still got to get on one knee.
I know.
It's easy.
I know. Like, he said all that for it.
And
It sound good.
That man still got to get on one knee. So,
yeah, but you know what I realized, like,
what is it?
Women like to have equality a la carte. They like to pick the shit that they like about tradition. Like, a man's supposed to provide, he's supposed to do this, supposed to do this. But actually, under that same template, a woman's supposed to shut the fuck up.
And a nigga supposed to fix a car, but they don't know how to.
That's why they didn't vote Kamala.
And they supposed to build houses, but they can't.
That's not why they didn't vote Kamala because she was never mind. Shout out to Kamala, man.
I just feel like you need to find somebody that's gonna be on the same traditional level as you and just do things how y'all see fit.
But nobody is the thing about. That's why it's important to unpack what you believe and what you think you believe, and then take what you want and leave what you don't. Because sometimes you think in a way where you think you believe that until you actually have to be a part of it,
or you go through it, or
you know what I mean. Then you like, oh, I don't really want to do that.
It's a lot. That's definitely a lot to unpack, though.
But
not to the biblical side.
But now it's my turn to read my question, since we going to agree to disagree, even though I'm right. But anyway, so it says, a woman is caught cheating and says her significant other should forgive her because he's cheated before.
Off with her head.
Amen. That's also biblical too. Women don't be throwing no pussy to everybody. That's in Leviticus. He refuses and reasons that it's worse when a women cheat. Does he have a point?
So now, why I heard this question so many times. Why is it? I want to hear from you though. Why is it worse for when a woman cheats?
It's not so here's the thing. I believe in reciprocation.
Mm-hmm.
And not in the way where people define reciprocation like what you do to me, I do to you, what I give to you. That's actually not reciprocation when you're speaking of like in relationships. Reciprocation is more like it's more about balance. It's like riding a bicycle. Like if you pedal and you balance.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't pedal but you're balanced, you fall. If you're balanced but you don't pedal, you fall. You know what I mean? So it's about having balance. And so in that regard, I'm not going to ask of you something that I won't ask of myself.
Right.
Right. So in that regard, it's not worse when a woman cheats. The only when people say that it's worse when a woman cheats, they're speaking about in an emotional sense and in a possession based sense.
That's what they say.
Right. So they feel so like when a man cheat, it's because we are, like I said, we're carnal in nature. We are hunters. So we just looking for a conquest. And it can literally not mean anything. It can also mean everything. I can also have an emotional connection. But when a woman cheats, at least not now, this society is different because women behave like men, but that's just because we out of balance. That's another conversation for another
Definitely
show.
out of balance.
But
Guys will fuck a couch.
but but when a woman cheats, she has to be, her interest has to be piqued first emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
You have to spark her mind. You have to make her laugh, make her think, make her feel wanted, needed. A man don't have to feel wanted or needed. He just have to bust a nut. It's literally a carnal physical thing that can be done and evaporated in seconds.
I don't like that because
Men sound like
cheat, y'all
NPCs.
can't take what we dish out.
Men sound like NPCs the way you explain it.
Right.
Like they don't have no emotion.
I mean,
have you cheated before?
I've never cheated on anybody I knew I was
Okay.
dating.
That you knew he was dating,
Right. They don't even tell you you're dating. Then it's like,
Yeah,
well,
they like, you cheated. How did I? But that's another conversation. But to your point though, men are conditioned not to feel.
Mm-hmm.
You see somebody like with their kid and he fall, he cried, he like, stop that crying. It's like he hurt. But men are so that's the thing. Like we build men, we build boys to be emotionless men, and then we complain that men are emotionless.
Right.
So we going to behave in a carnal, animalistic way, right? So if you and that's pretty much the nature of it. Because we do lean more logic and more into our masculine, but we are androgynous creatures. We are both men and female.
Or is that
at the
just
same time.
millennials? Because Phil always say I'm a millennial, and I was always taught not to feel emotions, and like how his dad raised him. But also in this generation, I feel like the men now, they have emotions. Like they
Your man do because y'all connected. Like
I think they always had emotion.
They actually do.
no,
but
I mean men always have had emotion, but men were allowed to show emotion because, especially traditionally, because we were responsible for holding everything together.
yeah.
So, like I said, we are androgynous by nature. We all are androgynous by nature. You know what I mean? We all both male and female. Period. But us growing up, we were designed, and part of it because a lot of us were raised by our mothers.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the first, like the millennials are like the first. We are the first generation of people where we grew up without our mother. I mean, grew up without our fathers.
Yeah.
Or maybe it goes all the way back to boomers.
But I could also say that I really didn't grow up with my dad, and I have like a tough side. Like sometimes I don't like showing my emotions
Right.
when it comes down to men or like that.
Right.
Like he has to, my man, he has to get my emotions out sometimes. Like, oh, why you really feel this way? Because I'll be mute. Like I never like to explain myself when it come down to that, and I always feel like because I didn't have a father to teach me how to express those emotions. Because my mother herself, she's a hard rock.
Yeah.
Like she don't even like to express emotions or anything like that.
Because you know what
But-
single mothers do? Single mothers tend to attempt to be both at the same time, which is impossible.
Yeah,
That's not how it works.
Definitely.
But because a woman is naturally a nurturer, so women try because they feel like there's no man in the house, so I have to be this hard. They have to be what they think a man is,
Yeah.
hard and emotionless. Not realizing that we're not hard and emotionless. It's just we don't show emotion, which is a difference. So what happens is you have a woman who's naturally a nurturer who is literally blocking off and suffocating her nurturing side and being what she think a man is supposed to be, and so she's not showing emotion. So then in turn you raise a little boy who, because the thing is, even if you think you're not showing emotion, if you think you're holding in emotion, you still are going to deal with
That trauma,
your life
what you
in the
going-
way that you feel.
Right.
And so that's why you have like boys who are raised by single mothers, they behave like a single mother. They are emotional and then they use that they're emotional and they are misdirected in how they handle things because they're handling life the way a woman would handle life.
Right.
So
It makes sense.
me being a millennial, I come from that time, especially in the 80s, crack hit. So dads were either in jail or substance abuse, or not only was it the crack era, but it's like welfare and Section 8, all that stuff where it incentivized single motherhood. So now it's just a lot of mothers raising little boys, and they're being raised like they're processing life the way a woman would process life, but the world isn't designed for a man to process life like a woman. So then they run into problems living life.
Right.
They're over emotional, so they're violent because they don't know how to process emotion or conflict resolution, the things that you learn when you have a positive male role model who understands that. So that's a whole process of things that kind of get intertwined and get interweaved, and we still thinking that we being tough and not showing any emotion. When really, we just fucked up and dealing with life in a very
Don't know how to deal with those
unbalanced, fucked up way. But we thinking we not showing emotion.
emotions. Right.
So the only time we not showing emotion is when we lock down when we with our mate, or we not being very good at communicating. We're not being soft when there's time to be soft.
Right.
It's
Or
so
you feel like some men really feel like if they being too soft, like, oh, I got to step away because I don't want to fall in love. Like I don't want to show too much of my loving side, and no, that sucks.
And that's so lame.
It really is.
Like,
Because so
it's
many
okay to
men
be
probably
loved.
done.
And it's okay. Like,
then propose to the man then if he can't.
who's proposing?
See,
And then he gonna say no. He might say no.
Now you-
That's crazy.
Everybody needs therapy so they can
That's-
love themselves and learn how to deal with their
Therapy is
emotions.
not only for the clear folks. Black people definitely could go to therapy too.
I
Some
just
people-
started
How do you feel? How was that?
private, but it was
But is it helping you? No, not trying to put your business out there, but is it helping you?
uh
Like, are you dealing with your emotions in a different way? Like,
yeah. I think with me, my biggest issue was that I have a lot of burden on my shoulders and my time management and stuff like that. So seeing a psychiatrist is helping me, manage some of those other behaviors and stuff. So I think it's great for everybody. Needs to go. Why not? You're not gay. You're not lame. You're not stupid. If you
debatable,
at all.
debatable.
You're not. It helps. Some people need somebody to talk to other than their family members. Because some people judge you. You never know. Oh, I remember my sister. She took therapy, and my people was like, "Oh, why you going to therapy? You don't need therapy. You just need to get through it." But some people is not that strong minded.
yes, just get through it like that. Okay,
Like
thanks.
just like I'm still feeling what I feel, so I just can't get through it. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Therapy is good.
and I think that's one thing about this generation that your generation is you guys are more open to therapy.
Yeah.
You guys are more open to counseling. You're more open to third party intervention, and you're more open to, even though on the internet y'all call men sassy when they show their emotions, but in real life you guys are more open to a man being more emotional, being more in tune
Right.
with
Just
this.
don't argue with me, because what we argue, that's too much. You know, sometimes they don't know how to have a conversation. They want to argue with you 1st. That's too emotional.
I mean,
But that's where
You
that
liable to knock my
blockage
head
come
off.
in at with their emotions. They don't know
Right.
how to express it. So all they know is, let me start an argument.
Put it
so
all
we don't
into
have to talk
anger.
about it.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, and that's, I mean, I think I've probably been guilty of that too, but I think you don't. I think it's okay for it's okay for a man to disagree and disagree with passion and emotion. That doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna knock your head off.
Right.
You know what I mean? But because it's that thing where if a man does get passionate or get emotional, get in his feelings, it becomes that like, oh, you might knock my head off. Why you yelling? It's like, but then you kind of are muzzling that man from being able to express himself in his full self. And especially, like, don't get me wrong, there are men who will put their hands on you, of course, who don't know how to process their emotions in that way. But I think it is a process where a man needs to or wants to or be able to just express himself in the way that he needs to express himself. As long as he's not hurting you or name calling.
Right.
You know, sometimes like that becomes like a gaslight tactic where you be like, why you yelling? Are you loud? Are you raising your voice? And it's like, this is how I can blow it off right now. Because I think,
But you want to let your homeboy like that.
see, and that's
Clock it.
that's when we got to knock your head on. No, I'm just
You
kidding.
want to do none of that to your homeboys. But no.
I think as women, we got good with pattern recognition, and people like to call like intuition, but we pay attention very well. And a lot of times we pay attention when we need to use certain emotions, and men don't do that. They misplace it so much. It's like, no, you chill out. This wasn't a situation for that, or calm down. This is for another time. So that is why sometimes when a man is arguing with me, it's like, it's not the time or place. Women understand that. Men don't. They get 0 to 10, 100, and then nothing can stop them.
Well, let me be
I
honest.
feel like those type, they really be the gayest.
Now, see.
I don't think they gay. I think they
Nah, but
know
that-
how to place anger.
It be some
You know-
that be on the DM.
You know what it is though? Men are conditioned to endure. So we might not, so and what endure consists of is sometimes holding it in. So like you may think it's like, oh, it's out of nowhere. Oh, this is not the time where he been holding it in for 6 weeks and you just been not giving a fuck how you come off. Not giving a fuck how you come off. And he be like, hey, what the fuck? And you like, nah, not this time, Clarence. And he like, nah, it's this
you
time.
been coming at me.
It's too late now. And then it becomes like, I don't know how to regulate. When really he been the most regulatory. Because men, I don't say, now men are not a monolith, and this is some but not all. But men aren't necessarily complainers. So sometimes a woman will be like, oh, you left the seat up, or you did this, or you left your shoes right there. You know, I don't like the shoes right there. Oh man, you left the spoon in the bowl. I don't like how you left the spoon in the bowl. At least rinse the bowl. And it's like, and you just, everything ticking you. And the man, you doing shit, it ain't ticking us. It's just we taking note of it. And it's like, I wish that she didn't do that, but it's not bothering me. And so like, oh man, you got your whole little 23 piece in the sink and you ain't took it out in 3 days. You got like,
I'm kind of a victim to that. I used to I tell him like sometimes, babe, like, can you do this, like do that, or don't do this. But then I have to catch myself. I know when I'm doing too much.
Because at some point he gonna be like, yo, I didn't like when you had your makeup in the sink for 3 days. I didn't like when you had the shoes there. It's just that it didn't take me to the point where I had to nag you.
Yeah, but I definitely want to be a hypocrite, because if I leave my makeup in the sink for 3 days and I done told him to do this, and that's definitely been a hypocrite when it comes down to that. But when I do like kind of nag, I have to catch myself and be like, I'm sorry. Like, but I have to communicate with him like this is how like I would want it, or this is how I see it. Like, I'm not trying to be a nag or anything, but I don't know.
I went on a date with this girl. She was like 32, and she was like, yeah, the guy's supposed to be where he just gonna know how I feel, and it's just gonna be, that's just how it's gonna be, and we just gonna live happily ever after. And I realized, because she wasn't the first person I heard say that,
Yeah.
women believe, unless they have strong counsel with older women who've been there and done that, or men that they respect, that a guy should just know. Or that anybody should just know. If they with you, you love me, you should just know. Because I think women don't consider that we all are having our own life experience. We all have our own idiosyncrasies, and basically we all got our own shit.
Right.
And so we not just gonna know. It's not gonna just be roses and peaches. It's not going to be we always happy, because happy is transitory. But I think that I realized, especially Gen Zers and younger, they believe that things should be how they want it to be in their head, and it should never deviate from that. And some are able to verbalize that, which is crazy, because that means you logically say that and it makes sense to you. But some people don't realize that's what it is, but they really feel like the person that I'm with should be exactly who I think they should be in my head at all times.
And sometimes it don't work like that.
No, it don't work
It
like
definitely
that.
don't work like that. I could say, because I thought that I was going to be with a person who I always thought that was in my head, and this guy that I'm with now is not the person that was in my head. So
yeah, and I mean, and it's maturity to be able to be like, oh, it don't work like that. Because some people will meet somebody that's good for them, or that is where they are in life, and they'll be like, nah, it's not who I wanted in my head, and then they'll scrap it.
Right.
Or look for a reason to end it at every turn. And there's no peace in that. There's no growth. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, who you end up with and you decide to be with in that space is a reflection of where you are at the time you are there. And if you decide to just be like, they're the problem, or I don't like that, then you're not doing any self-reflection, you're not doing any self-work,
Right.
not doing any shadow work, and then there's no growth in that.
You always have to be
That's
100% yourself. You always have to be 100% yourself.
That's the ice machine.
Oh,
if you're
okay.
wondering what that was.
Thought it was a ghost.
But you have to always be 100% yourself before you enter a relationship. Or sometimes you're not even always 100%. I can't say that. But you have to know to always grow and, like you say, self-reflect. And don't always be that person that
The people don't want to grow, child.
Right.
That's a fact.
They don't be wanting to grow.
Growing is hard. Growing is uncomfortable.
And we grow
Very
every day.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But we grow every day.
Single day.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to do it regardless. For
Right.
yourself or for me, it don't matter. You're going to have to do it regardless.
Right. And sometimes you just gotta propose to that man. But anyway,
Let's start wrapping it up. Let's start wrapping
I'm
it
going
up.
to give him a
Jared.
rubber band ring.
Yeah, let's start
but
wrapping it up.
this was I'm the dark skinned Bib. I'm replacing Phil. This is
I don't think Phil could be replaced.
Phil can't be
Phil
replaced.
can never be replaced.
And he's not going nowhere. Phil gonna try to not be here as much when we do the show, but that's not gonna happen. He's gonna remain in his booth chair, chiming in. But this is Jen to Jen. This is Malaysia Lay.
And I'm Teondra K. Oh, I like it. Kind of rhyme. I like that.
Kind of, I
like
suppose.
It rhymes.
It rhymes.
I suppose. Y'all gonna do a TikTok? Y'all bonding?
Bye.
I love
Addict.
women. I love all women.
From pen to pen, the state again. Podcasting crew, Jen to Jen, let's go. Yeah, Jen to Jen. Podcasting, know we at it again. Past the future, always here for the win. We hold it down, the movement will never end. Yeah, Jen to Jen. Podcasting, know we at it again. Past the future, always here for the win. We hold it down, the movement